Hey guys, my name's Enrique. I'm a loan officer here at New World Mortgage in Southern California. And in this video, we're going to be going over 9 crucial things that you need to know before getting your loan officer license. So if you're thinking about becoming a loan officer or are new to the industry, be sure to stay to the end of this video because knowing these things will improve your chances of seeing success. Also, I would like to thank Mortgage Educators for sponsoring today's video, but more on that later. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know is you need to be willing to market yourself, to prospect, and to get attention. And that's because originating loans is a numbers game. And if you want to turn it into a career and you want that income to be steady, then you need to be willing to market yourself, prospect, and get attention on a regular basis. Because what you want is your outflow to be so huge and consistent that you constantly have that business. For instance, it's not every day that someone goes to refinance or purchase a home. It's a numbers game. Not everyone is purchasing a home every other year. Not everyone is refinancing every other month. So you need to make sure that you have a lot of people in your pipeline. This way you have consistent business. And the only way to have a lot of people in your pipeline is to market yourself, to prospect, and to get attention. In other words, you don't want to be the secret loan officer because if you go down that road, you're going to have a very narrow pipeline, and with the narrow pipeline comes unpredictable income and few closed deals, and you don't want that. All right, and the second thing that you need to know is that we're service providers. And what I mean by that is apart from selling and originating mortgages, it's also our responsibility, duty, and obligation to deliver service to our clients. And if you don't do that, you're going to have a very tough time maintaining or at least creating a sustainable business. Okay, and the third thing that you need to know is that it is commission-based. And what that means is you get a certain percentage out of each closed deal. For example, if you have a 10% commission and you close a $100 deal, then you get $10. And of course, this comes with pros and cons, because if you don't close any deals, then there's no income. But if you close a lot of deals, your income is basically uncapped. You can make a ton of money. Nevertheless, this is one of the most exciting things about being a loan officer is that it's commission-based. So if you just put in the work, if you put in the effort, if you're creating that huge pipeline, servicing clients, you can make a ton of money. Okay, and the fourth thing that you need to know, especially if you're coming in full-time, is that you need a good amount of money in your savings account. So you want to have a couple months in reserves. This way, you don't get kicked out of your apartment, you don't miss car payments, credit card payments, or anything like that. Now, you could come into the industry as part-time, but if you do that, I promise you, it's going to take a lot longer for you to get results. And that's because you're not going to be fully committed to the industry, to the career. And if you aren't committed to something, then the results will be delayed or they just won't be there. And this is very true. I was talking to a top producer. He wasn't a loan officer. He was a real estate agent. And he was saying that his business didn't explode until he made the transition from part-time to full-time. And that's because his commitment was fully into real estate, and that's when he started being successful and getting results. Okay, and the fifth thing that you need to know is that you need to be disciplined and you need to set goals for yourself. And that's mainly because no one is going to be chasing you around, telling you what to do. No one's going to say, finish this by this time, or have this done by that time, or start this here and end this here, anything like that. People aren't going to be holding you accountable because it's your business, it's your income, so you're going to have to be highly disciplined with your time, your money, your energy, and you're also going to want to set targets and goals for yourself. I know a lot of people come into the industry, whether it be a real estate agent or a loan officer, thinking that they're going to have a ton of free time, but that's not the case. Because if you want this to be a career, if you want to have that full pipeline, then you're going to need to invest a lot of time, money, and energy into creating that pipeline. And you can't do that if you aren't disciplined and if you aren't setting goals. A quick word from today's video sponsor. Mortgage Educators is a one-stop online resource for all things mortgage training and education. For those obtaining their first NMLS license, they offer state-specific loan originator licensing courses that satisfy national and state-specific requirements in a single package. They also offer tailored course bundles for existing loan officers entering a new state and national and state-specific continuing education courses. Their bundles are presented in a convenient online resource that is proven to help you get your mortgage license quickly and efficiently. So guys, make sure to check out Mortgage Educators. They're the company that I use to complete my 20-hour licensing education, and they do an amazing job. And that's also where I'll be doing my continuing education and adding more states to my license. All right, now back to the video. Okay, and the sixth thing that you need to know is that you want to have, or you need to have, a great mentor or be working at a great mortgage company. And after finishing up this video, I will be making another video on how to choose the right mortgage company for you, and I'll link it up here once it's finished. And this is really important because what this does, what having a mentor does, or working for a great company does, is it decreases the time between, well, you want to be successful as soon as possible in this industry with anything, and the only way to do that is to have a mentor or to be working at a great company. Okay, and the seventh thing that you need to know is that you need to be solution oriented. You need to be looking for solutions, because that's what we do. When we're originating the loan, we're trying to figure out, hey, does this person qualify? How can they qualify? Why don't they qualify? So you need to have that solution mindset. So yeah, this is super important because purchases, refinances are huge transactions. There's a lot of moving pieces, and if one piece doesn't make the right move, then everything else is thrown off. And you want to make sure that if that happens, you have that solution mindset, because you are kind of on a time crunch. And you don't want to be that person that just dwells on the problems, gets stuck in their negative emotions, and doesn't come to a solution. Okay, and the eighth thing that you need to know is that in the beginning, it will be tough, but I promise you, as long as you're putting in the effort, putting in the work, investing your time, money, energy, resources, creating that pipeline, in the long run, it will pay off. So just keep that in mind, because I know a lot of loan officers, realtors that come into the industry, they don't have a lot of success in the first couple months or years, and then they quit. But I promise you, if you hang in there, if you invest all the time, money, and energy, and hang in there for the long run, I promise you it will pay off and you will be successful. Okay, and the ninth thing that you need to know is that you don't need experience. As long as you know the information, you know the product, you know how the system works, you know how escrow works, as long as you know the moving parts, you don't need any experience. This is actually a false premise that experience is important. It's not important as long as you know your stuff. You know, you can come into the industry and just have one day in it, but as long as you know the product, how things move, how things work, the experience won't matter. So disregard that. Don't worry about not having experience, because I know this can set a lot of us back. I know it set me back in the beginning. I was worrying about, hey, people don't want to work with me because I don't have experience, but that's not the case. As long as you know your stuff, you know the program, you know how things work, you don't need experience. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, share with your friends, and also subscribe for more videos just like it. I make a ton of content on life improvement, entrepreneurship, and real estate. And again, big thank you to Mortgage Educators for sponsoring today's video. Their information will be down in the description. Also, check out my website. I have resources on there to help you become a better loan officer. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video, and be great.